All right, hello everybody, welcome back to TMZ Sports. It is December 29th, guys. We are currently working on a pretty big update to the Anthony Joshua story, so there's going to be a lot of kind of chaos going on right now. I'm working on stuff, Lucas is working on stuff, Shannon's working on stuff, so we got a busy show for you guys today. Starting off, we're going to be talking about what I just said, the Anthony Joshua car crash that tragically left 2 people deceased, and we have an update that we're working on right now. We've been able to confirm the 2 people that unfortunately passed away in the accident, being his personal trainer and his best friend. So we'll get more into that in the story. Thoughts and prayers go up to them and all the people affected by it. Just awful news, especially 10 days after the Jake Paul fight. Nobody could have seen this coming. It's just awful all around. And then we are also going to be talking about a story involving Cardi B and Stefon at the Patriots game, as well as if Philip Rivers has any regrets regarding his return to football after his 5-year retirement. So, guys, it's going to be a good show. We're going to try to keep it positive, everything here in a little bit, but right now everybody's kind of super busy. We're trying to work on updates, work on social media stuff. It's going to be a crazy one, so just bear with us. I know everybody's working hard right now to get these stories up right now, so hopefully we can get that. We also have Mr. Mojo flexing on
What's up,
the
baby?
haters.
How's everybody doing today? Coming at y'all from the Bahamas today.
Oh,
Get 'em.
shoot. Mr. Worldwide.
Well, that's what we do, sir. You already know.
Absolutely. Mojo, how was your holidays?
The holidays have been fantastic. You know, we were in Connecticut to start this one off. With the wife, we tend to alternate years for Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, her family, my family, kind of a thing. So
Oh, nice.
was her family this year, and then yeah, man, got a crazy week lined up. I'm gonna be officiating my first wedding this weekend.
There you go.
It's gonna be pretty nuts, and yeah, it's getting crazy out here in the Bahamas, man. A lot of action.
Lucas, could you, are you mic'd up right now?
Yep.
Could you lead the chat and everything for 1 sec so I can get this video done?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hey, how is everyone doing today? Apologies
Steve,
again
can you come on
for
mic for a second?
our lack of a stream right before the break. You take the good with the bad sometimes with streaming. Today is one of those days where you get the good. Although the topic isn't great, it's tragic and sad to discuss, but updates are piling in as we get them, and we're going to be able to share you as up to date on all the information that we have on the Anthony Joshua crash. So as soon as we start the show, we will be sharing all the information that we do have at this given time. Everything that we have from NFL Sunday, everything that you guys enjoy and love as well. So a lot to be discussing and to break down to make up for us not being able to hang out with you guys right before the break. We were really upset about that, especially because that's one that we would really like to talk about holiday plans and get to know you guys a bit more and what you do around this time of the year. And unfortunately, yeah, just there was a lot going on the other side, on the entertainment side, and we had to take care of that. So we're back today. We're going to do as much as we can to make up for it for you guys. But hopefully everyone had a lovely holiday. Not to make it about myself, but there was a just lovely Christmas day with myself and my little boy Smokey. He absolutely adored all of his gifts and treats and everything. He was a tired little cat by the end of the day, but a very memorable first Christmas for him, so that was awesome. What is everyone else up to today? What would we like to discuss on this lovely Monday? Any NFL upsets or happy?
I got something, Lucas. I want to discuss that new jacket that you're rocking right now, man. That thing's looking slick. Is that a gift or what?
In a way, I had some help. Went to the store on Friday and revamped my wardrobe a little bit. Been lacking a little bit lately, but it's time to show what I got in the fashion world. These kicks are not Sambas, as you can tell. I've had these for years. But yeah, I'm trying some new looks, see what works. I love this jacket. I think it's great. It's especially good during the cold weather and things like that. If you guys have any suggestions what you want me to rock. We'll do that, but let's see what the chat is up to.
Well, there's you. There's that jacket again. I see it.
The Browns. We're going to be talking about that on the show today. But how about that? Now, I have said many times, once you know you don't have a playoff team, tank, 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 tank. There is an exception to that. When you're going up against your rival and they are trying to win the division, all that goes out the window. You try and beat their asses. And the Browns, I think...
The Steelers aren't their primary rival, though, right? That's just an in-division team.
What are you talking about?
The Steelers and the Browns, that's not their, like, number one rival, right?
We hate the Steelers.
More than the Bengals and the Ravens?
More than the Bengals, I would say. And the Ravens is a new rivalry based on the fact that the Ravens are the old Browns.
Well,
but
the Ravens
long time.
Steelers, I thought, were the biggest in-division rivals, no?
I think it's just based on their success of late.
Yeah, that's possible.
They've been a more relevant rivalry, absolutely. You could also say that about the Bengals in recent years have been more relevant and successful, so those rivalries have been at the forefront. But growing up, it was always Steelers and Browns in my area. That's who we hated. The terrible towel, all that. All the trash talk would always be about that. But some signs of hope for the future with Shedeur Sanders. Perfect timing. I mean, let's rock with him another year, see what he's got. That's what I'm saying.
The signs of a true rivalry means that the other team also acknowledges the fact that you are also their number one rivalry. If you don't have that, I don't think it's a real rivalry. At Maryland, where I played my college ball, we didn't have a number one real rival, which I absolutely hated. Very much I hated that. I mean, you could say UVA, you could say Virginia Tech, one of those schools, because they were probably like the closest to us, all in that, I don't want to say DMV area, but DC, Maryland, Virginia as a whole, I suppose. But yeah, man, I don't know about that, Lucas. I'm going to have to do some research into that one.
Okay. I didn't know you were so passionate about this. Good to know.
I am passionate about Myles Garrett getting the sack record, though, so we're going to have a lot more to chat about on that one later on for sure.
What did I cook over the holiday break? I cooked some steak on Christmas. I think the sides were good. The steak was well seasoned, but my issue was it was a thick steak, and trial and error with that. But I think the next time I go about it, if I ever have to do another thick New York strip like that, I'll know what to do to make it better or more like what I was looking for. But the sides were good. I made a tiramisu cheesecake bar for my friends that I saw on Christmas Eve, and that was fine. I didn't love it. They really liked it. They asked me if I had leftovers, and I gave them all my leftovers that I brought. And then yesterday, I made a banana chocolate chip bread, banana chocolate chip walnut bread. And we will see about that. I had a piece yesterday. I really liked it, but I always know that banana bread is better the next day. Melissa is nodding her head. She knows. She knows.
Why is
better
that?
the next day. I don't know. I think it has time to settle, you know, and like I think if you have it a couple hours after it's done, it's not firm yet. You know, I think it just takes a little bit.
It doesn't start to dry up at that point,
Trust the
Luke?
process. Well, you don't want it to be too fresh because then it'll just crumble. Like I want a piece of bread that I can hold.
Okay.
And not have crumbs all over the place.
Fair
Mojo,
enough.
have you made anything recently?
Eggs. I'm a big breakfast guy over here. However, holiday meals, no, I haven't made anything. Not recently.
Guys, I've had the ripped jeans. Shout out the Gap. The Gap is my place for jeans.
They going on the jeans in the chat? I'm reading right now.
Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Okay, sorry.
I haven't been able to insult Luca in a while, so I'm looking forward to that.
Sorry.
Well, you can't be a hater today
I
about
don't know
his
if my mic's
team.
up.
Who's this team?
Eagles. So
I can stand them.
I don't know. I don't want to say this because I know one of our producers is a massive Bills fan. Like, imagine the biggest Bills fan on the planet. He is 10 times more than that. Connor, I think the Bills are the worst 11-win team in NFL history. Changed my mind.
Damn, bro, that's a statement right there. Goodness.
Damn, is he saying anything? Can't even defend
I
himself.
can't hear him. He's not saying anything.
That's true.
He's not saying anything. He agrees.
I don't think he has the mic. I don't ever hear from Connor when we're doing this
We
show.
need to talk about the confidence that he has in this team. He is decked out in Sabres gear today. We are in the heart of the NFL season. Postseason is around the corner, and he's wearing Sabres gear. Mojo, did you know it's the NHL season? No disrespect to hockey.
Yeah, it broke.
I don't acknowledge that season until football season's done, like probably a lot of people.
Right? And just like, a lot of people say Christmas Day for the NBA. I am now postponing
Sure.
the NBA season mattering until after the All-Star break because the Cleveland Cavaliers gave up that solid lead in the fourth quarter.
Thank you,
against
Jero.
the New York Knicks. Babcock, massive Knicks fan. I said, when are you guys raising the banner? Because people were hooting and hollering like they won the championship. Last time I checked, it was just one game, and it means just as much as the other 81 games in the regular season. Let's not act like this one means any more just because it's on national TV, just because it's on Christmas Day. The Cavs will be fine. I hope.
It was last year when LeBron James said that the NBA owns Christmas, and then they got absolutely smoked in the ratings by the NFL, and he had to walk that one back. That was last year, right?
Yes, but I do think, even with LeBron saying that, he wasn't saying that the NFL wasn't going to dominate the ratings. I think that would be foolish for anyone to say. You could put the Carolina Panthers against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it'll probably do very solid numbers on
Big-time game
Christmas
right
Day.
now, man. The Panthers are competing for a playoff spot. Actually, we got both the NFC and the AFC games is a do or die this coming weekend. You got Bucks and Panthers. Winner gets that last playoff spot. Loser is on the out. And then on the AFC side, it's what is it? It's Ravens and who is it? I'm drawing a blank right now. Let me look this up.
I know both teams are performing very well this season, and the Panthers especially were a surprise team for me.
Yeah, Ravens.
I meant they are not big market teams by any means, and I think nationally, historically, no one has cared about either team. No offense if there are Jags or Panthers fans in the crowd, but okay. So let's say. I don't want to say Giants because they're a big market team. They're going to get good numbers regardless of how they are this season. You know, like, okay, let me take labels off. The two worst teams in the NFL, if they play on Christmas Day, they're still going to get good ratings. Does that work for you, Mojo?
That works for me.
Thank you.
I mean, there was 3 Christmas Day games. They all were not necessarily great games. So
At the beginning of the season, you're like, oh, these are going to be good matchups. And then as it plays out, it's like, oh, bummer. The NFL was like,
unfortunately, that's how it goes sometimes, especially this season. I feel like there were so many teams that were awful, just total trash last year, and they are killing it this year. So
And then
at least we're getting some fresh blood in the playoffs. It's not the same people every time.
I like that. And the thing about Travis Kelce and playing in that game and then afterward being asked, was this possibly the last time you played in Arrowhead? And he goes, man, I'm driving to the stadium and I'm thinking if I won the Powerball, I'd never have to work again. It's like, dude. You know who you're engaged to? I don't think you have to work again ever.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to worry about that.
I mean, even if he wasn't, he wouldn't have to work again ever.
No. Yeah, I think he might be set up, so.
So he probably made more money doing those Pfizer ads than he made in potentially his best year in football.
No, I mean, yeah, this year's awesome. Like, I think it's like one of the first years in however long that there's not a 100% favorite to win. I think the playoffs are going to be extremely, like every round of the playoffs, I think is going to be extremely entertaining. I'm very, very, very excited.
Except, little disappointed old Phil Rivers isn't going to be there. That sucks.
At least he's been a trooper through it. I mean, that's just that's another part of what's made this season so crazy. The Colts 7-1, everyone crowns them as their. I mean, you go 8 weeks and you're 7-1. Pretty safe to say that you're probably a pretty good football team, and then just fall off the face of the earth. Go 1-6 through the stretch. Miss the playoffs. It's just unfortunate. And then they mortgage their future on Sauce Gardner.
How about Sauce Gardner being the first player in NFL history to go 1-7 with 2 teams in the same season?
There you go. How about that?
Oh, that's not good. That's bad.
That's not good.
Bro, can you imagine? That's not good. He's a beast too. That sucks.
It's like he's the first player ever to go 1-6 and first player to go 1-6 on 2 different teams in one season.
Yeah, so Phil Rivers, I mean, his game was whatever this weekend, but he did have some good games this season. I don't know, man. Does he come back? We'll see.
No. I think in that post-game presser, he was like already thinking about getting back to that high school sidelines, being like, that's where my heart is. And I think it was fun. It was a very interesting and unique experience for him to come back for those 3 games. It would have been an insane story if they didn't go 0-3 and they went 3-0 instead. We're having an entirely different conversation, but I think ultimately Phil Rivers liked the idea and knew going into it this was a very short-lived thing.
Well, we're going to have a nice discussion about that in the B block today, everybody, so strap in.
A little teaser for you. However, we're talking retirement and everything. Gronk throwing something around on Sunday regarding Travis Kelce that really had me interested. The fact that we could possibly see Travis Kelce in a different uniform next year.
Rob did it, right?
Gronk said it. I mean, Gronk did this.
Rob did this.
Well, he took a year off.
Right.
But.
Rob and Brady both did it when no one would have ever thought that would have been possible. And then they won a Super Bowl.
You ready to start this serious one, Lucas?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And I'll include the update we got from
Matchroom.
From Matchroom Boxing.
And that's a good way. The way they refer to them is actually a perfect way. Team members, as opposed to teammates, sounds like it's good friends and team members.
Do we have pronunciations?
Yeah, let's do Cena and Latz. Let's just do that first. The way what they called them. Cena, like John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And then Latif went by Latz, L-A-T-Z.
Hold on. Okay. Welcome to TMZ Sports. Lucas Widman here. Just 10 days removed from a massive fight with Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. So let me start this again. I got distracted. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. Welcome to TMZ Sports. Lucas Widman here. Just 10 days removed from his massive boxing event with Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua was in a devastating and tragic car accident in Nigeria early on Monday. Now, the information is coming in gradually, but as we know right now, Joshua and 2 very close friends of his, members of his team, were traveling in a Lexus SUV around 11 a.m. in a very congested part of a town, Lagos, and apparently, there are reports that the car was traveling at a high rate of speed and had a flat tire and actually collided with a stationary vehicle on the side of the road. Unfortunately, there were 2 deceased people involved in this car accident, and 2 of them were Joshua's close friends and trainers by the names of Latif and Sina. Now, more information as we are getting it. Matchroom Boxing actually released a statement on it just minutes ago saying Anthony Joshua was involved in a road traffic accident in Lagos, Nigeria earlier today. With profound sadness, it has been confirmed that 2 close friends and members, Sina and Latz, have tragically passed away. Matchroom Boxing and 258 BXG can confirm that Joshua sustained injuries in the accident and was taken to a hospital for checks and treatment. He is in a stable condition and will remain there for observation. Our deepest condolences and prayers are with the families and friends of all those affected, and we ask that their privacy is respected at this incredibly difficult time. No further comment will be made at this time. Now, condolences have been pouring in throughout the boxing community. These are 2 guys. Even Most Valuable Promotions co-founder Nikisa Badarian said, I was just with these guys last week. This is absolutely devastating. If you go to social media, Anthony Joshua's most recent story on Instagram is also a video of him playing table tennis with one of the deceased. This was completely unexpected. No one saw anything like this coming. They were actually going to Nigeria to celebrate the victory, spend some time for the holidays with Joshua's family and loved ones, and then something so tragic like this happens. Mojo, we were just talking about Anthony Joshua for the past few weeks. There's video of Joshua at the scene looking pretty banged up, but amazing to hear that Anthony Joshua is doing okay, and it sounds like he will be fine.
Yeah, man. I mean, talk about a 180. My goodness, what a horrible thing to happen. I mean, just a week ago, goodness, he was just in Miami. I was just watching him fight, beat Jake Paul, had the time of his life, 33 million people watching that fight. He made $92 million winning that fight and sustained pretty much no damage whatsoever from this. And I mean, people can go back and forth as to, how much of a real boxing fight this was. And, Anthony Joshua fought way more competitive opponents in his day and had some, real heavyweight fighters he's put away. And this was nothing even remotely close to that. But at the end of the day, again, he made $92 million and 33 million people watched this fight. So that is a victory worth celebrating in literally every step of the way. So how do you do it? You go to Nigeria. Anthony Joshua is of Nigerian descent. So being able to go home as the victor with that new money in his pocket, I mean, that had to have been a really cool, potentially life-changing experience for him, his family, his teams. Everyone is flying high at the height of their careers, at the height of their professional success. And then this happens, and that's got to be one of the worst things to ever happen to this guy. I mean, losing people that are that close to you, literally right in front of you. You were in the car, you see the car there, and it just looks so horrifying. I mean, that is not an accident that is survivable, and it's got to be terrible. And then now you see him, how much pain he's in. You got to wonder too, what injuries were actually sustained, how many of these are going to be long-term injuries. Might he ever be the same from this? Did he suffer a bad concussion? Maybe some of this is out there, but I'm sure we don't know all the extent of what really happened. Some of this he's probably not even going to notice for quite some time. That's typically what happens with car crashes, is you feel things much later on. So, man, rest in peace to everyone that was lost in this crash. But what a terrible thing to happen after something that was just so awesome.
Absolutely, Mojo. And the thing is, reports right now are minor bruising and things like that. But forget boxing right now. Just happy to see that Anthony Joshua is alive and breathing right now. We'll figure out boxing down the road. But right now, speedy recovery to the former champion. Damn, crazy, crazy stuff. And, the thing is, social media, this is another example of, yes, these names were running around on social media for a bit. we have to do our work on our end before we're able to put anything up. Once the Nigerian president posted saying, I spoke to Anthony Joshua, I shared my condolences for his 2 friends and trainers who passed away. We were able to put it up, but just one of those things that happens in real time, and so much information running around all at once. You know, you just want to wait for confirmation, and that's what we did with this. But just an outpour of support for Anthony Joshua, and those guys were attached at the hip, either side of Joshua, all the time, leading up to the fight. Even
you see
in his
them everywhere.
downtime in the months where he was, absent from boxing, they were still by his side, making sure that he was keeping his body right, making sure that he had friends by him. Just very sad story.
Yeah,
I'll say though, I don't know about minor bruising though. I mean, that is a heavyweight beast. I mean, that dude's put away some of the world's best fighters. He looked like he was in serious pain, and that is a guy that has an unbelievably high pain threshold. I don't see a dude like that acting like that, getting pulled out of the crash with just minor bruising, you know?
Steve, do we want to add Jake Paul's reaction? I missed that one.
I don't think we need to add it, but I was going to actually give it to you right here anyway for the if people haven't seen it for the stream.
Okay, Jake Paul did address this shortly after the accident happened and made rounds on social media. He said, "Life is much more important than boxing. I am praying for the lost lives, AJ and anyone impacted by today's unfortunate accident. RIP to everyone. My thoughts and prayers are with their families and friends and AJ."
Yeah.
Look, I mean, there was respect for these guys right after the boxing match, and I wouldn't expect anything else from Jake regarding this. Say what you want, but I think when it comes to these things, serious life events, life-altering events like this, you put any beef, rivalry aside, all that, and it's great to see the whole boxing community
come together,
especially in a moment like this.
Yeah, I mean, there can't be any beef between those two. They just did a great piece of business together, man. They should be best friends at this point, right? Like, that was a spectacle that they put on. No ill will. It was, all business, not personal. Nothing got nasty in the press conference. In fact, we talked about it already on the show, but Anthony Joshua said even after the fight, like, he still wants to work with Jake Paul and partner up with him on future projects. So I got to think those dudes are pretty close at this point.
No, absolutely. And I mean, they've even talked about, like, pretty, recently, right before the fight, all that, talking about how they want to, how Anthony Joshua actually told us how Anthony Joshua wants to work with Jake Paul at some point, continue to do good business. I mean, the two of them just put together one of the biggest boxing events since Paul Tyson, So, I mean, there's, like you said, there's got to be nothing but love between the two right now, and especially in a time like this. So, just unfortunate stuff. It's only 10 days after the freaking fight ended, man. It's crazy.
A trip that was supposed to be fun.
In celebration of the fight and, and the win. I think it's absurd. Sorry, guys. I've been working on, just like how they've been working on articles. Got to do it on the social end, so I've been working on that. But we're back. But yeah, guys, crazy stuff. But yeah, like Lucas explained, it's a tough process kind of having to get all the way to confirm everything. Because, I mean, this information's been out there for a little bit, but only recently confirmed. But yeah, it's insane. Harvey's, we miss Babs too, man. If Babs is watching, shout out to Babs. He'll be back next week, guys.
I hope he's not. He deserves a nice break.
You got to lead with that. No, you're just like, I hope he's not.
It's tough too. Like the hair situation in the East Coast versus the West Coast, like the product amount.
I know.
It's not easy for him.
Yeah.
Do you think he travels with it?
Oh, for sure.
Or does he have an entire collection that he has here?
I think he doesn't play any risks. Like, in case, what if he doesn't have his moose or something?
I'm not one to talk, but I would think cold hair product versus like humidity hair product is not the same thing.
No, it's got to be different.
Dylan just came over to my desk and took my notes.
I did. What's up, chat? How are we feeling? The thrill.
Whoa.
If the thrill's here,
is that your call
we're
sign?
talking about the AFC East champion.
Yes, the newly crowned. The newly
Are
crowned.
we going into the Pats right now? We got a segment on them?
Well, yeah. It's Cardi B and the Pats these days.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Cardi B is official Patriots, though. She's like on the team.
I mean, if you're hanging out with Robert Kraft, she's probably had more time with Robert Kraft than most of the players, right? More one-on-one time.
It could be very possible.
Bill, you got this one, bro? Are we allowed to speak? If we're talking Pats, what's up?
Yeah, speak freely.
Right. Sure, because Lucas doesn't let us speak if it's something on the Browns. So
True.
You have a segment today, so I don't know.
Bobcats.
I'm gonna have to focus on Phil Rivers, I guess.
I watch that.
And I'm going to toss to the moment after the game.
Just started the segment.
Moving on to some NFL action. Well, it was a very special day for the New England Patriots. The AFC East is locked up. And Cardi B, she can have any seat in the house. She is an A-lister. She is dating one of the best players on the Patriots. Well, she decided to take a step back and watch the game from further away, closer to some heaters, as she braved the cold temperatures in East Rutherford, New Jersey on Sunday, as the Patriots ran away with an easy victory against the Jets. Everyone knew that was coming. Stefon Diggs had 6 catches for 101 yards and a touchdown. Great outing for him. But after the game, he was wondering, where is Cardi?
Where's she at?
She's walking to the field.
Where you at?
She wasn't ready,
Y'all was about to lead me. Y'all was about to lead the game.
Yes, the Pats ran away with the 42-10 victory. Diggs is probably like, this is awesome. I can't wait to see Cardi. Where is she? What's going on? Dylan, what do you make of all this?
Look, the guy also, he hit his incentive, right? He made $500,000 in yesterday's game, wrapped up the AFC East. He's just looking for his girl after the game. This is great. I mean, Cardi's part of the family. This game was over by halftime, and I'm sure they probably are like, we got to make our way down to the field at some point, but we got to stay warm as long as possible. I don't blame Cardi because it didn't look comfortable there, but I love it out of Diggs that it's just like, where's Cardi B at right at the end of the game?
Yes, absolutely. That $500K has to feel super nice. Perhaps Cardi is going to reap the benefits of that. You know, get a nice little gift from Stefon. It is the holidays, and who knows? But yeah, lovely to see that. And Cardi, she always keeps it real, and I do not blame her one bit. I mean, it was pretty cold. You saw in that video, you could see the breath, and that's when you know, if you can get to a heater, by all means.
And they'll be playing home games at Foxborough in the playoffs, so she'll Robert Kraft's suite again, probably. They probably have all the fixings, probably super warm in there. Nothing else to be excited for than the Patriots playoff run.
It is going to be a pretty busy 2026 for Cardi, but as the playoffs come around and the Patriots do their thing, we're sure Cardi is going to be there, whether it's hot, cold, or in between.
Yeah, at least she wasn't in Buffalo. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Buffalo.
Do we need time there? Did you want me to jump in, or are we good?
Mojo.
Oh, no, okay, we're good. Our friends watching on the stream. Dude, Drake May.
Yes.
19 of 21, 256 yards, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. 157 is a pretty decent passer rating, right?
Well, yeah, one of those incompletions, too, was a drop, too. So it hit the receiver in the hands. So
That's
it's
the
like,
part that sucks, dude, when you're a quarterback. Like an interception, if it like bounces off of somebody else's hands and it was a perfect throw, like that goes on you. You know, drop passes, especially when you're 19 of 21. Like, man, that sucks.
Yeah, you know, another thing that happened yesterday. Apparently, there's a Jets fan who put on a Jets shirt yesterday. Thought, you know, maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a glimmer of hope that the Jets could beat the Patriots. And just fell short there, huh?
I don't know who that person is.
You didn't put on a Jets shirt yesterday?
I'd love to participate. I don't have a microphone. I think this is a good time for me to not have a microphone.
Oh, I got you.
No, I'm good. Anyway, I got stuff I got to do. Anyway, go Jets.
Hey, but the Browns got to win. Yeah, it looked like a preseason or like a practice team they were against yesterday. I got to say, it was pretty bad.
I think the focus was on something outside of a victory, and in the NFL, you can't do that.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a guarantee, and the Steelers wanted so badly, and I'm going to hold off because we're talking about this later on in the show, but you care that much about Myles Garrett not breaking the sack record on your time that you... Come on.
I don't know how much to say right now.
That goes into the rivalry that you guys were talking about earlier. Like they just
no rivalry, Mojo.
they want the other team to not have anything. That's a great rivalry. I don't know. It's cold
Rival,
too.
but main primary rival? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think I would have guessed Steelers. I mean, Cincinnati makes sense, Ohio, but
I'm probably going to touch on this later, depending on how the segment goes. But at this point in my mind, and it breaks my heart to say it because I wanted it so badly, Myles Garrett, even if he breaks the record at this point, it doesn't matter because I still put in my head that you got to do it in the same amount of games as, what the previous record holder did it in. And if it takes you 17 when the other guy did it in 16 or whatever, you missed out. That don't count.
actually we have some breaking news from AI. Lucas just did some Googling right here off to my left. He Googled, who is the Browns' biggest rival? He had to double check.
No, I obviously knew this, but I wanted to give proof because for some reason my entire life of heartbreak and agony was not enough to prove this.
Yeah. I like that Mojo caused the doubt, though, that made you go, like, I have to look this up.
Cleveland Browns' biggest rival historically and currently the Pittsburgh Steelers, known as the Turnpike Rivalry.
Did you know it was called that? Turnpike Rivalry?
No.
Oh.
To my point, now look up who the Steelers' biggest rival is.
Oh, see, that's probably the Ravens, right?
That's what I was saying.
That is interesting.
I'm not a big.
No,
you're only a real rival if both teams say that is their number one. Each other. There has to be
the trick with that one is the Ravens were the Browns.
Right.
Oh.
And they're saying that
theory, maybe Ravens
AI
and Browns
is acknowledging that
too. Great rivals.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have several intense rivals, but the Baltimore Ravens are widely considered their biggest and most
End of discussion.
fierce modern day due to the physical hard-nosed AFC North battles, while the Browns represent the oldest, most historic divisional feud, and the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, I guess from the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, it's probably the same for, like...
And who their number one rival is, they'll say the Bears. If you have any Bears fan who their number one rival is, they will say the Packers. That's what a real...
But what about the Vikings?
It's complicated because the Ravens are the former Browns.
Also,
do you understand that? The Ravens didn't exist.
The Vikings and the Lions would also say that the Packers are probably their biggest rival,
rivalry in the past 26 years.
It's just not reciprocated?
Has defined the entire franchise.
Well, you're always going to be a rival somewhat with your in-division teams.
Yeah.
That goes without saying. But I'm talking about your arch nemesis, top rival. There has to be reciprocity.
I think the Browns' arch rival is themselves. I think we can all agree on
That's
that,
a
right?
fantastic
No,
point.
it's probably ownership at this point.
Yeah.
It's that cold
Not
front on that
you
lake.
have to look at the owner, I think.
All right, ready to talk some Phillip Rivers?
Yep.
Chat, thanks for having me. All dubs.
Hello.
Dubs for
That it
me,
for today?
M's
Oh,
for
you're
Melissa's.
All right, so this, Lucas, will be you and Mojo.
Am I tossing to the sound? Well, it might be the end of Phillip Rivers' run at 44 years old after going 5 years sitting on the couch and coaching high school sports. He ended the game, ended his 3-game run 0-3 after a loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday. Now, look, in that 3-game span, not terrible. 544 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. While he did look a little bit old, overall, a lot of folks are saying this is a lot better than we were expecting from Phillip Rivers. Yes, after the game, he was asked about it and whether this could be the end as the Colts might look to Riley Leonard to start under center in Week 18. And Rivers said, if this is the end of it, I have 0 regrets.
This was your last NFL start in the last chapter, perhaps. How would you explain this part of it? Yeah, well, I mean, if it is, and again, I'm going to be on board and supportive of whatever the organization, Shane, and however that decision is going to come to be. I'm sure I'll have some conversation. It won't just be a blindside Tuesday, conversation from him. And I'm going to be on board to do what's best for the guys. I mean, if this was the last one, I told you guys I wasn't going to have any regrets about coming back, and I don't. It's other than us not winning, right? Us not winning. It's been an absolute blast for 3 weeks. I wouldn't, if I go back and say, all right, now everything's going to happen, what are you going to do? I'd do it all again. It's been absolutely awesome. So, yeah, I mean, if it's the last one, it's the last one. I thought the last one was walking off the field in Buffalo, walking up that tunnel, and I was fine with that. And that one had tears and those few days after it, and I was at peace with that being the last one. So certainly, if it is, I got 3 bonus games that I never saw coming, and couldn't be more thankful that I got the opportunity.
Philip, if this was it, this would be it. I mean,
oh yeah, yeah. Yes.
George Foreman type of thing.
No. I'll be right back. I'll be right back on the sideline, which I'm sure many watching probably say that's probably where you belong. So.
You actually got to love it, Mojo, because Philip Rivers had an ideal situation. He got to leave the game. He had an amazing career, but then he got to have a little taste of it again. Not many people get to say that. Some folks have to go through training camp and go through an entire season, and maybe halfway through they realize that's not for them anymore. But shout out to Philip Rivers for coming in after Daniel Jones went down with that injury, that season-ending Achilles that kind of derailed everything. I mean, the Colts already were kind of sputtering to the end to begin with, but he came in to try and breathe in new life for the team, and he made it exciting. And he didn't humiliate anybody. He did not humiliate himself at all. But yeah, I think he's going back to that high school coaching where I think he would much rather enjoy it at this point in his life.
Man, I hope not, Lucas. I'm having way too much fun with this. I mean, granted, the first week he came back, it was hilarious. It was meme central. People were going on his weight. He had responses for that. It was funny. Dude was literally on the sidelines with high school, like right before this. They called him out of retirement. There was that whole conversation about, why not pick a player that's already in the league, who's already playing, who, doesn't have years of rust to shake off. But man, he went out there and he did his thing. Now, I'm not saying he redefined the position. I mean, he could have done better. There was certainly areas of rust, but you can see when he was out there, he was applying that veteran mindset, man. He could read defenses better than a lot of other players, even starters in the NFL right now. So he absolutely had value to add to any organization that he was going to play for. He didn't start this season. He didn't do camp. He didn't have an off season of training. He didn't have weeks and weeks of regular season games to get tuned up. I mean, this dude more or less came off the couch and still put up numbers like that. Again, not the best numbers we've ever seen in the world, but he had some flashes of brilliance out there, man. And I for one, don't want to see it end. As for how he's talking, it definitely sounds to me like this dude knows he's done, that maybe somebody said something to him. Maybe they already had the conversation with him and they were giving him that opportunity to have this press conference, have a little bit more fun with this. I don't know what that situation looks like, but it sounds like he knows he's done at this point. Who knows what'll happen next week with the Colts and what they're looking to do here. But I don't know, Lucas, he says he's done. Somebody might make him an offer. Somebody might see something that they very much liked, and it might not come a week after the Super Bowl ends. It might come in camp. If a starter goes down, maybe they don't even sign him to come in and be the starter. Maybe they bring him in to be that veteran second or even third string guy, right, to coach up the young guys. I mean, I got to think if I'm an NFL team, I'm not letting this dude coach high school players. Like, I need this dude on my squad adding value to my franchise. So a lot of opinions here on my side, as you can hear, Lucas. But again, reiterating, I hope that this journey isn't over because it's way too much fun right now.
Worst case scenario, we get a Hollywood movie out of this because I think that would be awesome.
Gotta win a couple first, though.
No, the victories come off the field. No, dude, you got to give him props for trying. Like,
that's what I'm saying. You can't be mad at the guy for, going out there. And, I mean, he did what he could do.
He could have easily been like, nah.
Yeah. I mean, like, and honestly, good for him. You know, he gets back in there, gets insurance for his 12 kids again. Yeah. That's the real win. His wallet. You know, you can
Pretty sure that dude's not that worried about it.
I mean,
yeah, I think he's got money for insurance for his family. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but
I think regardless of how much money you have, I don't think you want to give the government or anything or any company's money. So I feel like being insured for that and for that many kids, I think is a complete win. Rivers going to the Eagles, Harvey's? No. Maybe I'll take him as a QB coach though. Maybe we can figure out how to complete a pass in the second half then. That'd be pretty cool.
Bro, y'all just beat y'all are on fire this year. I don't want to hear any of that.
No, the defense is playing spectacular. I think the defense in and of itself could carry us to a Super Bowl again. I just find it funny that there was a stat today that there's been 2 games this season where Jalen Hurts hasn't completed a pass in the second half, and we're undefeated in those games. So whatever, we win. It's all good. I'm happy they won. I was watching that game at an airport bar, and it was pretty heinous.
Airport bar.
Yeah, because I was flying back from New Mexico yesterday, and it happened to be that the final 10 minutes were of the game, or the final few minutes, where they had the 2-point conversion and all that happened just 5 minutes before I had to board the plane. So I was ready to risk missing that flight to finish that game.
Can I admit something really embarrassing?
What is that?
I did not know where Iowa was.
You know where Iowa was? What is the context of that? The home of the.
I was watching a movie. I think it was called Family Plan or something on Apple TV Plus, major, special, whatever they want to keep calling it.
Okay.
Starring Mark Wahlberg. Kind of a funny movie. They showed a map of the United States, and they were going to Iowa, and I was like, "There's no way it is that part of the Midwest."
You weren't a big geography guy?
I don't think that's that uncommon. I feel like the majority of American citizens couldn't place where every state in the country is.
Connor Hurley could.
Okay, wait. Did you not have an idea where I was generally speaking, or if you had to put it in at one region, would you have got that region wrong?
Dude, I'm thinking Utah.
Were you gonna put Iowa by Utah? Well, okay,
No.
you got Idaho over there. Maybe a little confusion there, right? Try to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I guarantee you, half of the office could not pinpoint where Ohio is on the map. So I don't feel.
Okay, that's true.
And if you're from Iowa, I apologize. That is a fact, Charles.
I don't want to believe that. Nope.
You don't want to believe that?
I don't believe that.
I think you'd be surprised.
I think half, maybe exactly half, can.
See, but that's bad.
Pinpoint Iowa.
In and of itself, that half is bad.
No, but also
we can't make half seem like it's a good thing.
It doesn't matter. Why does it matter where the states are? Because you can just look it up.
No. Why does it matter anything then? Why does it matter if I know?
It doesn't.
What the word debilitating means?
What does that mean?
It means to be.
Well, you probably know that
illness, which is called
being a Jets fan.
Wow.
Oh, my joke.
Man, it's one note Charlie over here.
One note Charlie.
God.
Well, my name's Luca, but
whatever. Close enough. Why do I need to know that? I can just look it up.
Oh, you're right. See, okay, there we go. We brought it back.
Yeah. Why do we need any knowledge?
Guys, Charles was telling me earlier this morning in the kitchen. He's like, "Man, I missed you." He's like, "I missed you over the winter break." Yeah, Melissa was there, and he was like, "I missed that banner," and it was really a wholesome moment for me, and I was, just sitting there.
Your ability to create conversations in your head is actually a little concerning.
He gets it.
I don't know what they might.
And that's what I expected him to say when I brought it up today, guys.
He gets it from me. Because I've made it my quest. I've been here 10 years.
My quest.
Okay, to befriend Charles. Because when I first walked into this office, I'm like, he's the bee's knees.
The bee's.
He is a cool cat.
One cool cat.
Would you walk in from a time warp from fucking 1932?
Here's a bee's knees.
I'm wearing a fedora. I got my notepad.
Oh man, you wore a fedora in your house. I was gonna say it wouldn't entirely surprise me if you came in first day with a little notepad and a fedora on.
I'm ready to learn from the best.
Hey Charles, mind if I pick your brain for a second?
Hey, we were this close to exchanging Christmas pleasantries.
Oh wow! And what happened?
Wouldn't have been very pleasant. because the Knicks shit on the Cavs.
Like I said this morning, Charles, when is
Wow.
the banner ceremony?
Wow.
It would have been that day if I had to say in it.
Oh, do you want to know what's really funny?
Beat the Cavs.
I got Charles so good because he's like, oh, like, you know, have you guys ever had like a historic comeback like that before? And I was like, yeah, we were down 3-1. 2016 NBA Finals.
The greatest
Read a
finals
book,
of all
dude.
time. Yeah,
Read a book.
read a book. Dude. Read a book, dude. God.
History.
Guys, Charles secretly
Done.
is just like a big old teddy bear, you know. He puts on this
Very secretly.
he puts on this exterior, this hardened exterior, but inside, you know, just a sweet guy. It's a real sweet guy over there.
Yeah.
But see, but that's what happens when you're a Jets fan. You just become all cynical and sad and angry, you know. That's why I'm so full of life and so, you know, awesome, because the Eagles are just an amazing team, and I haven't had to go through these hardships. So, except for when Tim Tebow was our quarterback, that was fun. But the bee's
Do I
knees,
look like a
exactly.
fisherman?
What's that?
Do I look like a fisherman? Does it look like I've spent a lot of time out there?
No.
Yeah, because I'm not taking your bait. Keep it moving.
Oh, you found you want to like I'm surprised you didn't hit a little tss on that. You're real proud of that one, aren't you?
I'll let you do it.
Guys, it's just my bestie over there. He was telling me that earlier. It's crazy.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, Melissa, you walked away. That was you should have stayed. It was a great conversation, but at least you were there for the first part, you know. Charles, how was your holidays?
It's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Great.
What'd you spend the break on doing? Just hanging out?
I was at home.
You were at home? Do you get your pup any books for Christmas?
No books. He got ordinary chew toys.
Okay. Has he taken out any books recently?
No, he's sticking to toys now.
Okay. So you guys, if you weren't here a little while ago, Charles's pupper had a unfortunate habit of just being so hungry for knowledge he would literally eat books. So, but I guess he's past that. I guess he's past that now. He's growing up.
He's growing.
He's a growing boy.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, all y'all can't sit there and act like you didn't eat a book when you were growing up, you know. So, I'm just kidding. Fighting words broken? Yeah. Shh. I know, Harvey. It's pretty funny. David Horst, we need Charles as our next Jets coach.
What are you drinking?
I think he could be a pretty good coach.
What?
What are you drinking? Don't say the brand.
No for you.
Unless we have a sponsorship.
Yeah, Mojo, where's that? Mojo, can you get a sponsorship with that thing he's not going to notice or say? You know, maybe.
Don't worry about it. I'm on it.
Make the calls.
Mojo, did you see my comment when on your post you did a DraftKings promo on your Instagram and you were like Mojo Claus and I was like Mojo Claus, please cook me up a parlay for Christmas.
I took one the other day because the Packers played the Ravens.
Yeah.
Love both. That's my favorite NFC and AFC team, as you all probably know.
Yep.
Both starting quarterbacks were out. So I was like, all right, I'm going to put an easy money. Each running back has a touchdown because the load's going to go on them.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I take the Packers over the Ravens? I was like, I'm not messing with that. So I actually added the Steelers beating the Browns. Against the Steelers.
Oh, those are the worst.
3. And I was like, son of a gun, because, I mean, it ended up not mattering because the Steelers, but the Packers running back had like 4 carries for 3 yards or something stupid. But then Derrick Henry had 4 touchdowns and 200+ yards. So, but either way, I did a terrible parlay. I thought it was a genius.
I swear though that
this is how these things go.
I know. I swear for parlays when I was in Colorado and we had sports betting, I swear it would always be I'd have a parlay, like a little 3-legger or something. And then I would be like, you know what, maybe let me add this easy one on top of it, like the Steelers over the Browns or something. And then that's always the one that gets it. You just get a little greedy and try to gas the odds. Couldn't do it. Can't do it.
Charles, would you coach the Jets?
I know, I saw
was
that.
also trying to figure out how to put Myles Garrett breaking the sack record this weekend. I couldn't find it, though, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Would you coach the Jets?
The people want you to coach the
We're
Jets.
just throwing out stupid hypotheticals.
That's not stupid. You don't think you could lead the Jets to victory? Come on, it's not a very high bar. You could lead them to maybe 5 wins.
Listen, I'm not speaking poorly of my man Aaron Glenn, right?
No, he's a good coach.
So-
He's a coach for sure.
Wow.
He's there.
He's
On the
there.
sidelines.
He's in the building.
For sure.
He's in the building.
Give him time.
He has the title head
Trust
coach
the
next to his name.
process. Trust the
Oh,
process.
so you're buying into that Philly culture then, trusting the process and all. Okay, there you go. I knew you'd come around, Charles.
I'm so over this.
All right.
You're right, Brianne. I do need to learn to ride a bike. Sorry. Luca's not mentioning Josh Allen won the game for the Eagles. Yeah, no, I mean Josh Allen he played like butt. He's hurt though, so I mean. But the Eagles defense 7 sacks.
Did you know that like on average every NFL player is hurt?
Oh, they're all by this time of year they're all playing through stuff like.
Let's baby Josh Allen some more. Let's do that.
Yeah. Well, he's our glorious king, MVP of the league, married to Haley Steinfeld.
No one has ever said anything bad about that guy, and it's just like, what has he done to
Well, I mean, he's like
deserve the treatment?
I guess that's fair. I mean, hey, he won the MVP.
I don't see any rings.
You're one to talk.
And yeah, people are coming at the Browns left and right.
No, the Browns is just like it's like that little meme of like the guy with a little stick and he's like poking. It's like, come on, do something.
We did. Speaking of,
Yeah, you ready to do Brown Steelers, Myles Garrett with Luca and Mojo?
Yes.
Hell yeah, I'm in here.
Hell yeah.
welcome back to TMZ Sports. Luca, and Mojo here. The Cleveland Browns don't have much to play for, except for one player who's looking to make NFL history. That is Myles Garrett. He's 1 sack away from being the all-time sack leader in a single season behind Michael Strahan and TJ Watt. Now, of course, the Browns going into Week 17, 3 wins. Not good. But they were playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that is a massive rivalry game, as everybody knows. And the Steelers might have been focused on something else other than getting a victory. Well, as luck would have it, the Orange and Brown were victorious in a massive, nail-biting, show-stopping, action-packed 13-6 victory.
Those are definitely ways to describe that game.
That is all sarcasm. It was not pretty. But after the game, Myles Garrett had to talk about how he did not have a sack and why he thinks that is. He didn't really hold back when speaking with reporters.
Still as confident as ever that you get the record next week?
Absolutely. Why shouldn't I be?
What game fewer?
4 more quarters, 60 more minutes, however you want to draw it up, it'll get done.
You take the football. I mean, on a couple of those plays, the way he was, just throwing it out there to Warren or Gainwell or something like that. I mean, is that what you're talking about? Just the way, even more so than usual, getting rid of the ball quick?
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, I feel like they were more worried about keeping me away from Aaron than getting the win, and I think that's what came back to bite them. So they'll have to, fight it out with Baltimore next week, but I'm just proud of the guys for fighting and getting this win. That's the main thing, and I'm always going to keep it that.
Of course, there was a lot going on, Luca and Mojo. The Browns getting the victory means that the Steelers will have to play against the Baltimore Ravens in Week 18 for that AFC North. And Myles Garrett going up against a team that he loves to sack all the time. Mojo, I know you have a lot to say about Myles Garrett in the season that he has had. What do you make of his comments, especially after a game against a rivalry like that?
Yeah, I got a lot to say on this one. Also, y'all make sure you're watching the TMZ live stream at home, YouTube, a lot of places you can check it out. Lucas and I had an ongoing debate about if the Steelers and Browns are top rivals. So follow the stream. You'll hear our thoughts in between segments. But going back to this one, you got to love the confidence that he knows with every fiber of his being that he is going to break this sack record next week. That being said, comments like that against a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, multiple-time league MVP, that their entire game plan was to prevent Myles Garrett from breaking the sack record. It sounds preposterous, right? But it could be very true. I mean, players, teams, they game plan for single players on the other side of the ball. I mean, that's what teams do every single week. When a player is that good, you will absolutely alter and change your game plan to make sure that you account for that disruptor. There's no question in my mind that the Steelers did a ton of that this week for Myles Garrett. Did it come to the point where they had to allocate so many resources to stop him that it cost him the win? That's hard to say, man. The guy is a defensive end, right? It's not like he's a corner or a middle linebacker or something to that extent. It's a little easier to work around those guys. So I don't know what to say about that one. I know it's a bold statement, but I do have to say this. This is my primary point for this segment, fellas. Even if Myles Garrett, and it breaks my heart to say this, even if he breaks the record next week, it's just too little too late for me. And that sucks because he's had such an unbelievable season, but it is what it is. Michael Strahan, he did 22 and a half in 16 games. Mr. Watt did 22 and a half in 15 games. So now with the NFL extending the season by a game, it gives everybody an extra opportunity to break those records. And for me, it just doesn't count anymore. It's not fair. I mean, I believe there was a guy back in like 1978 that actually has the record, but it was before they started counting sacks like that. So he doesn't have it when he should. I don't know, man. For me, it's semantics, whatever. It doesn't equate for me. I'm sorry to say it.
What about you, Luca? What do you think about this?
No, I mean, I honestly completely agree with Mojo's point. I mean, last year, Saquon Barkley had the opportunity to pass the all-time record for rushing, but he would have done it in the new game schedule, obviously, with 1 or 2 more games. So I don't think it would have counted. There obviously will be an asterisk next to it if he does get the sack, and he probably will get the sack next week. The game planning around him, I think it's evident. You see it on the film. You see Aaron Rodgers throwing 3-yard check down passes the entire game. I mean, it's obvious that they were trying to defend against him. And I mean, even though he didn't get the sacks on the stat sheet, obviously he had a huge impact on the Browns winning that game. Generational player. We're watching something really special with him.
That work?
That works.
Oh, that is, I think, the best point with a lot of these records and stuff is that you get, I mean, he said it, he's like, you have 4 quarters, 60 minutes or whatever. Like, that's, in the grand scheme, a lot of time, especially when I didn't even realize TJ Watt did it in 15 games.
I think the only argument he has is if he goes out there and like absolutely shatters the record. The average per game is better than what those guys were, but otherwise, to me, you can't say anything. But even then, like, who's to say that those guys, if they had a 17th game, especially when your team isn't playing for anything and you really pretty much dial up the whole game plan to make sure that this dude gets that record. Because it kind of behooves them to win at this point. You need more losses, get a higher draft pick, help out next season. So in a way, beating the Steelers, other than bragging rights and talking trash and all that, didn't really do you any favors of any kind. But, you know, you're a competitor. You don't go out there to lose games. You go out there to win games. Players aren't going to just roll over like that. And, you know, a lot of players are fighting for their jobs anyways. So
no, absolutely. I mean, I think it's I think you're right in the point that if TJ Watt goes, or not TJ Watt, sorry, Myles Garrett goes nuclear next week and gets 5 sacks or something and his average goes up, then that's, you know, another conversation to be had at that point. But I mean, then you also said, like, yeah, what if who's to say that TJ Watt in the same, or not TJ Watt, if Strahan in the same amount of time would have had more sacks? Because I mean, Myles Garrett's gone 2 weeks without a sack now. You know, so it's like he could have easily had it in the 15 games. It's just you know, kind of, there's a lot of asterisks that can be thrown around the whole time. But regardless, it's incredible to watch him play. I mean, he's got to be the best pick that the Browns have ever had, right? Like, by far.
I know it doesn't work this way, but TJ Watt should have the record outright. The tiebreaker goes to the guy that did it in less games. So
no, I mean, because so Garrett's at 21 and a half, right? Or not 21 and a half. 22 right now. So yeah, so we'll get to 23. So that's absolutely crazy, man. I mean,
what sucks too is he had that streak where he had like 10 sacks in 3 games or something like that. And he was, I mean, we all thought he was going to do this weeks ago.
Yeah.
So to like cool off, like, and I'm not going to say he's cooling off, and maybe it's just the team's game planning more heavily for it. But if he doesn't break it this week, that's heartbreaking for him.
Oh, for sure. To be a half sack short of the record is like
awful.
That's got to be a crazy feeling. And I mean, like, That is true, but I mean, if you watch the last, even 4 weeks, obviously he gets by it all the time, but I mean, they're dialing up double, triple teams on him. They're letting other guys go and get to the quarterback that aren't as fast, tossing the pebble out in mere seconds, faster when he's on the field. It's crazy how much they're he's just a force to be reckoned with. I imagine
this team's gonna have to absolutely help him out this week, but luckily they got the Bengals, so he should be okay.
Oh yeah, I mean you're playing. I mean just an awful offensive line. Hopefully he just doesn't kill Joe Burrow is what I'm hoping.
There's this opportunity to get another 5-sack game, and then people won't chirp as much like myself.
I know the NFL scriptwriters. They planned this out. Have him go sackless in 2 weeks. Have him have a crazy impact against the Pittsburgh Steelers just to shatter the record against the Bengals. I guess we'll have to see this upcoming Sunday. A lot of which is, which I don't feel like has been this way, and kind of sticks to your point that this is your earlier point in the stream, that this is one of the best NFL seasons in recent memory. It is crazy how many week 18 games or whatever are going to be actually for stakes. Well, but I'm not just saying in terms of get in and get out. I'm saying for playoff seeding, for all this. I feel like usually by this time of the year, you kind of know who your teams are. You have your 1, 2, and 3. They're all kind of set. There's 2 seed in the NFC implications with the Bears and Eagles. There's get in it or go home for the Panthers and Bucks. I mean, and then I know there's.
I think if the season ended today, the Steelers are in, the Ravens are out, the Panthers are in, the Bucks are out.
Yeah.
However, both the Bucks and the Ravens, for the teams that would be going home if the season ended today, they're the ones that are more heavily favored for this week.
Which is
it's
crazy.
kind of funny how all the numbers break down this week for the odds.
I know, and it's I'm looking at the Buccaneers in the Panthers one is just so funny to me because the Buccaneers have been bad, have been very bad for the last 6 weeks. And the Carolina Panthers were never, no one looked at them and was like, oh my gosh, these guys are great. I mean Baker Mayfield was the MVP frontrunner for the first 4 weeks of the season. It's it's just crazy how far they've fallen off. I mean, Mika Egbuka was number 1 in offensive rookie of the year. That team just fell off a cliff. And I mean, I am really hoping that the Buccaneers win that game and that the Eagles somehow get the 2 seed, because I would love to play them in the first round of the playoffs.
Bring it.
I mean, how do you? I was meaning to ask you about this, Mojo. How do you feel about Malik Willis? He's been balling out for the Packers recently.
Terrible, because they lost.
Well, that's a good point, but he's going to get.
He also didn't get my running back in the end zone to make my parlay happen. So.
Well, your former teammate, Mr. Aaron Rodgers, didn't get it done for the parlay. You would have had to have been relying on him.
Right. No, I busted mine a couple of times over, but that's okay. I don't know, man. I mean, to be honest with you, I wasn't overly sold on Jordan Love in the start, but
yeah.
Also, what happens when you go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers? It's 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. The third has to be a Hall of Famer, not to drop the ball. I mean, he's been doing well. He's getting better. Packers have been flying high. I'm afraid that, kind of like the Ravens too, both teams are in the same situation. Without Love, without Lamar, I don't really see either team going anywhere. I mean, Derrick Henry had to go off with 200 yards and 4 touchdowns in order to get it done for his team, more or less carrying them on his back this weekend. You can't expect a guy to do that every single week. And, obviously when he doesn't, what happens to the Packers happens to you. Yeah. So, unfortunately, without their quarterbacks this late in the season, I think that's going to be a wrap on the season. And again, I hate to say it's my 2 favorite teams.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Ravens, this whole Lamar Jackson situation, I mean, it's just been crazy to me. I mean, how, the last few seasons they've just been incredible. Lamar Jackson just can't get it done in the playoffs, but now they're saying Harbaugh is going to be gone. They're going to look at trades for Lamar because he's disgruntled with the franchise. It's just, this offseason is going to be insane.
Little teaser, we spoke to a Ravens legend. All about it. Someone who also played for the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm. You guys just got to stay tuned.
Ooh.
All right, one last short segment.
2 minutes?
2 minutes with a goodbye, just a Christian Pulisic, Sydney Sweeney Park. Rumors started to swirl, and enough so that he had to post something on social media.
Welcome back. Okay. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Lucas Widman here. Love is in the air for Sydney Sweeney. She has now moved on from Scooter Braun to a Team USA superstar. Just kidding. That's not true at all. But reports were going around on social media over the weekend, and it forced Christian Pulisic, hunky, but not Sydney Sweeney's boyfriend, to address all of it on his Instagram account, where he said, also, please stop with the made-up stories about my personal life. Need to hold sources accountable. It can affect people's lives. I think Christian is saying, hey, what are we doing here? I am happily dating pro golfer Alexa Melton. Sydney Sweeney dating Scooter Braun. They were on jet skis or whatever over the Thanksgiving holiday. So this was kind of bizarre, but one of those things where if you don't see it on TMZ, it's not true. Mojo, what do you make of all this?
Well, I think if you don't see it on TMZ, it's not true. I concur wholeheartedly with you on that, my man. But, I mean, he brings up a good point, right? This can have a lot of negative consequences on certain people's lives. I know it can be like a fun, lighthearted segment, a lighthearted, headline. But no, I mean, with people's relationships, man, you better be careful because, again, serious consequences there, because I was going to say maybe they're testing the waters. We got a lot of celebrity super couples out there, and, Stefon Diggs, Cardi B, that one's been going on for a little bit. Obviously, Kelsey and Swift, that one's been going on forever at this point. So maybe they were testing the waters to see, how the fans would respond to this. But nah, Christian slamming the door shut on that one, as he should.
Absolutely. And Mojo, we got a World Cup to worry about. Christian Pulisic, Team USA, red, white, and blue. We're going to win this thing in 2026, right? So, we're going to focus on some other things and debunk some more erroneous dating rumors on tomorrow's show, where I'm told that it'll be
the best show since today. Thank you. I'm in. Alley-oop, baby.
206. Darn.
You're right there, man. Are you excited for the World Cup, Lucas?
You know it, dude.
Are you like me, where it's just like a World Cup watcher? I like watching.
Dude, I'll watch the World Cup. Yeah.
I don't like. I've tried so hard to get into soccer.
This is coming from a former soccer player.
I also play
could
soccer.
not watch soccer.
No, some of my friends, are all into it, and granted, like, it's just so. I think that's maybe just because we're so desensitized from North American sports, where it's like you see it every second is action, 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 and not to say there isn't. But like some of my friends were like, yeah, man, you got to watch them for the technique. And I'm like, I don't care about them doing a little spin around and kicking the ball just to fly it 50 yards in the air, like outside of the goal. Like that doesn't interest me.
I got ADD.
Yeah, I need to see something going on. I need to see a bucket in the cup. I need to see a touchdown pass being thrown. I need to see something like that happens more than once or twice a game. Like,
I mean, I'm sure you feel the same way, but like, playing it, you can appreciate it, seeing the formations and the build-up. You know, it can be such a process just to even try and get a header. Like all these different things. But no, it's just, to me, I would love to see it in person rather than watching on TV.
Well, that's why I agree with, like, it's nice that, like, it's cool, like, when you see, like, when a goal goes in, you're like, oh, my God, that was awesome.
Yeah.
But then it's like that happens so little that it's like that high you ride for, like, 5 or 10 minutes after the goal happens.
And I miss it.
But then there's 70 or 80 minutes after that, so.
I'll tell you what you shouldn't miss is TMZ Sports live stream.
1 o'clock,
1 to 2
PST.
p.m. Pacific. Boom. We will see you there tomorrow. We're going to talk.